That's it on that. And another quick. This is a RFID, so this is a RFID update because they're about to be pushing this chip, man. We told y'all tomorrow is the deadline. All right, and happy feast of first fruits too. I think the date's coming up, but now they gotta push this. They gotta push this chip because the deadlines. We're at the deadline, so they're making commercials and different type of things to show you that this thing's moving.
Knowing what to give a patient and when to give it has always been the basis of any effective medical treatment. This is normally done by monitoring the body, testing blood or other fluids, or performing scans like an X-ray or CT scan. But the trouble is that this takes time, and if it's done frequently, it can be expensive. That's where a group of researchers in Switzerland has stepped in. They've built a tiny electronic chip. Once implanted below the skin, it detects and monitors levels of different proteins and acids.
The chip is placed in the interstitial tissue, and it comes in contact with fluids in the body, and the sensors react to the presence of particular compounds in these fluids, detect them, and then send the measurements outside.
The patch transmits the data to a smartphone or tablet. This means patients can be monitored in real time, even by doctors in another city or country.
This device located under the skin of the patients can predict heart attack in advance of some hours thanks to some metabolites like troponin that are released by the heart when it becomes suffering for an heart attack.
The scientists say the technology is likely to be most useful for people with chronic illnesses like diabetes or having something like chemotherapy.
Which they already pushed diabetes, man. If you don't know the wiles of the devil, you ain't gonna be able to. That's why Nathaniel don't know shit, man. Shake and Bake Nate don't know shit. Of course the Illuminati's a part of the kingdom because they're the devil. They're the ones that are the physical. Esau is the physical counterpart of the devil, man. So he's doing the bidding of which the Most High is orchestrating this, but he's doing the bidding of the devil, man. So if you don't know what the damn devil's doing, you ain't know where he's hitting you from. He's giving people diabetes so he can turn around and put the chip in them, man. All this is orchestrated, man. This is not by fault. Nothing happens by fault, okay? People aren't starving by accident, okay? People need to get, man, you know? This is Job 9:24, and it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, into the hand of the wicked. Now ask Nate, where the wicked at? Ask Nate, ask that camp, where's the wicked at? This verse needs breaking down. Job 9:24 says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth up the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So if we don't know where and who is he, we're missing a part of the scripts. Because he's the one pushing this chip, man.
The optimal dose. They say the implants could send alerts even before symptoms emerge, anticipating the need for medication. Well, at the moment, this chip is still a prototype. It's going through further testing and development, but it's already proved as reliable as traditional analysis methods. The prognosis for the new technology appears good.
Alright. Told y'all, man. We've been telling y'all, man, you have to make a decision. When this chip starts being pushed, man, a lot of y'all gonna have to make you have to make a dire decision, man. And if you don't make the right one, it's your ass, Mr. Postman. Okay? Alright, I wanted to bring this out. Elder Tahar had brought out the thing about the Bible, the new series about the Bible, and I wanted to I heard some things about it that I wanted to bring out for you guys to let you know that the Most High is wanting this movie to happen, per se. And it says, Mark Burnett says weird things happened on the Bible set. Alright? And I'm just going to go down and read this. And it says, last Sunday, the first installment of the History's 5-part miniseries, The Bible, beat everything on television with a massive 13.1 million viewers, making it cable's most watched entertainment television this year, or telecast this year. For producers Mark Burnett, who worked on the 10-hour special with wife Roma Downey, the success of the Bible isn't all that surprising. It will be, over the next 40 or 50 years, the most watched thing that Roma and I have ever made. He told EW quite confidently back in January. At the time Burnett garnished about shooting the series, I really believe what I'm doing, what I'm going to tell you right now, he said. The hand of God was on this. The edit came together perfectly. The actors came together perfectly. So the Most High wanted that actor to look like Obama. Alright? Perfectly, it just comes to life. But Burnett wasn't just speaking about how well the predictability of production had gone. Weird things happened during the film. He said everybody would look at each other like, whoa. Here are a few weird things he was talking about. A mighty desert wind. Alright? A mighty desert wind. That's a scene with Yahushua and Nicodemus. When Nicodemus comes to Yahushua in the night, it is a very still night, not a breath of wind. And we're on the edge of the Sahara Desert in a palm grove in an oasis. Yahushua says the Holy Spirit is like the wind. And at that moment, a wind, like as if a 747 was taking off, blew his hair, almost blew the set over, and sustained for 20 seconds across the desert. And the actors didn't break. They kept going. And everything stopped. Everyone just looked at everyone like, what just happened? Alright? The Most High, during the scene of Nicodemus, if you don't know the story, Nicodemus comes to Yahushua and asks him about the kingdom, or ask him about, was inquiring Yahushua about knowledge. And Yahushua was telling them, you got to be born again. Okay? To be as a child. And to receive the kingdom, you have to be as a child. And what is a child? A child doesn't know anything. A child doesn't know much. A child only knows what it learns, man, or what it's taught by its parents or counterpart. So that's why the Most High said you got to throw all the stuff that you have in your mind out and become as a child again, man. You got to become as a baby. A baby don't even know how to use his hands or walk. So if you don't have, and you got prideful ass Israelites out here trying to say, oh, I'm this, I got this many precepts, I got this many, you shut up, man. You don't know nothing, man. You ain't a child. That's not a child mindset. Okay? Go watch a baby and watch how babies just look at you, man. They look at you with not knowing anything. A simplistic look, man. Some of you brothers got arrogant looks, man. For what? It was by graces we have this truth. It's by graces you're even coming out here to push this truth. Not by anything that you have done, man. Okay? It's by the sacrifice of Yahushua and the grace of Yahweh, man. It says missing frock. This is the next incident. It says we had hundreds of craftsmen working on the costumes. The most important costume was Yahushua's costume. Every time at the end of the day, the costumes got to be taken away to be maintained. So when we were going to the baptism scene, it's completely immersed in water. During it, a portion of the costume came away. We shot this in a giant reservoir on the edge of the Sahara Desert. So we were never going to find this again. It's really bad. Every time we lose something, we've got 5 months ahead, and you can't replace it. This costume. 4 days later, a kid showed up from many miles away, who had been seeking us through the desert to return this to us. He did not know what it was. He did not know what it was, why he should seek us, but he felt he had to return it. Khan. The water. Next one. This is my favorite one. For the sake of time, I'm going into it. It says, we had a snake wrangler every day on the set. I mean, we got a couple hundred people shooting and we cannot afford to have people getting bit by snakes. Every day this guy would find a snake or maybe 2 snakes and remove them. On the day of the crucifixion, a lot of people prayed. The cross was hung. The cross was a huge thing. They prayed for safety. Imagine if this cross fell. The actor playing Yahushua could be killed or badly injured. The snake man came to work that day. He'd gotten there early on the mountain playing Goliath. And the bag of snakes he was carrying was the biggest bag I'd ever seen. He came to my wife and said, Miss Roma, there was 48 snakes. He found 48 cobras, vipers, hiding within the rocks around the cross. So with that, I'm going to say all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS. We almost out this thing. That's why the Most High had Samson, a black man, the angel, a black man. Okay? Because all Israel wasn't all dark like that, man. That's what you got to understand. Israel was what? Ephraim is a cake not turned. Ephraim is light. So all the prophets weren't too dark, man. But now the truth is coming out slowly but surely with this black Samson and a black angel. So with that, I'm going to say all praise again to Yahweh, Vashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Much love to you, brothers. Keep your head up and keep faith, man. Shalom.